Alright, John Oaks here with Hankster's Hot Rods here in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location. And today in our showroom we have this 1967 Dodge Dart sitting here beside us that we're going to go over with you right now. As you can see, this car here, it's done in a bright red exterior. It's got all of the GT badging on it. It's got the striping and so forth. So as we walk around, I'll be pointing out all of that stuff. All of the bright work, the chrome bumpers, your wheel well strips here, all of your drip rail moldings too, anything around the windows and your rocker moldings. These are all in really good condition, polished up. They look nice and straight all the way around the car. As far as your wheels and tires on this car, they kept with 14-inch wheels. We've got 14 6s up front, 14 7s on the back, 205 70 14s on the front, 225 70 14s on the rear of this car. Again, these are radial GT tires. The tread's good on these things. And the wheels are the Cragar SS Chrome Mag wheels. So a good looking vintage style wheel or classic style wheel for a car like this. You can see that our car has the Dart GT badging on both front fenders. We've got both driver's side and passenger side mirrors here in the car. The chrome finish on them is in real nice shape. Of course, the glass in the mirror is in good condition too. Side glass in this thing, as you can see, it's tinted in good condition too. Again, there's no cracks or chips in any of it. And again, as I mentioned, all of your bright work, your moldings and so forth, all in good shape. You can even see the doors on this car, the fitment, the gaps on them, the elevations are dead on. All your body lines all line up on this car. So we're going to go inside now and take a peek in here. You're going to notice all black interior. You've got the front bucket seats. Got the wood grain steering wheel there, a little bit of wood grain trim on that center console with the automatic floor shifter. You've got all your stock factory gauges in there, including the Speedo. You do have an aftermarket tack though in there. It is a column mount tack. Factory heat and air the heat controls in there, that's all factory too. Now we do have front and rear seat belts in this car as well, so no matter who rides with you, they're going to be nice and safe. And as far as your weather stripping here around your doors, around your windows, even your rubbers here in the quarter windows, those are all in really good condition on this car. We'll go ahead and shut the door. It shuts really easy. Nice big long quarter panels on the car. You can really tell when you look down the side of the car when it's nice and straight. And again, this car is chrome gas cap there. Now as we come around the back, you'll notice we do have this black GT stripe. It goes all the way across the trunk lid down over your quarter panels. All of your trunk molding here is all in really good condition on this car. Of course, you've got the Dart GT back here as well. Nice chrome rear bumper, the tail lights, the lenses, and the bezels around them, all in really good shape. There's no cracks or chips in any of that. And again, down below, we've got those exhaust tips, a nice oval cut exhaust tip in chrome down there too. Now we are going to go ahead and open the trunk lid up. We'll show you inside. We just want to make sure we get the right key for it. There we go. So first and foremost, the trunk lock does work. Your hinges and your spring, those all work. As you can see, it's holding itself up. The underside of the trunk done the same red as the exterior of the car. Nice smooth shiny paint in here. Your weather stripping the whole way around the trunk is in excellent condition. Nice and soft the whole way around. There's no rips or tears in any of it, and it meets right together here in the center. So this is going to seal up really well for you. We do have the bumper jack down in the other corner of the car here. Of course, you see that fuel tank, the neck here for the fill neck. You've got a nice trunk mat in here too. Of course, you've got the lift up here for the spare tire in there also. So again, trunk is all in nice condition. You even have your decals back here yet for the jack instructions. So we'll close this up. And again, you can see your gaps and your elevations there on the trunk lid. Very nice elevations. Again, whenever you match them up with those quarter panels, they're right in line with everything else. So as we come around here, again, nice curved rear glass on here. Again, it's tinted as well. Your bright work here, again, in nice condition. Nice long quarters, again, nice and straight the whole way down the side of the car. We've already discussed the wheels and tires, our tinted side glass. Again, your drip rail moldings, your rain gutters are nice and smooth too as you feel through those. Your gaps here on the passenger side, those are very nice. And again, your elevations with the fender and quarter panel all dead on this car. Let's take a look from the passenger side. And again, seat upholstery you can take a look at, all in really nice condition, no rips or tears. Your carpeting nice and black, it doesn't have any fading or rips or tears in that. And the dash pad itself, there's no cracks in that either. So really nice interior on this car. Again, that door shuts nice and easy. We've already discussed the mirrors, the matching Dart GT badging on the passenger side fender. You've got the antenna here on the fender also. And then we'll come around to the front of our Dodge Dart. You can see it does have the GT grill in here. That grill is really nice. Your marker lights up front here, or your parking light lenses, those are in great shape. Headlights are just your traditional sealed beam unit. Glass lenses, there's no cracks, no chips in any of that. And again, a nice chrome front bumper. Now you'll see we do have the stock hood for this. It is the gaps on it the whole way around. Very nice elevations with the front fenders. The whole hood fitment, really nice condition. Even the bright work along the leading edge of the hood there in real good condition. Let's go ahead and open our hood up next. And now we'll discuss what we have sitting in here. So first and foremost, we'll start with the hood underside. You can see it's painted the same red as the exterior of the car. You've got your under hood insulation here, all tacked up the way it should be, nice and neat. No rips or tears in any of that. You don't see any pieces of that hanging down like you do in most old cars. Really nice shape here. As we look at the engine, this is going to be a 340 Mopar engine. Not the original motor, but it is a 340, very nice running motor here. The ignition on this car, they've kept with kind of the stock point style ignition on it. They do have some upgraded 8mm plug wires here. And as far as the coil goes, that's kind of a, I think that's an Accel coil on there as well. As far as the air cleaner, you can see it's a chrome air cleaner. They've got the aluminum Mopar Performance finned valve covers with the breather. It's an Edelbrock 1406 carburetor underneath that air cleaner, along with the Edelbrock aluminum intake, and that is a polished aluminum intake. As far as your water pump and all that, the housing and stuff for it, that looks to be a polished aluminum piece too. You've got an aluminum radiator here, Mopar cap on top. You've got the fan shroud along with a aluminum radiator overflow tank over there as well. We have hooker headers here. These are long tube headers on this car, dual exhaust, a turbo style muffler on this car, and then we've already shown you those chrome exhaust tips where they poke through out back. Manual steering, manual brake car. It is drum brakes, all four wheels, but again, brakes work very good on this car. It's got the fender tag in it here. Of course, your engine compartment all painted red. That's the way that Mopar did it with all of their vehicles. So that's really what you have there. Now, as far as your transmission behind here, you do have the Torqueflite 727 automatic transmission. Rear end in this car is a POSI unit. 323 gear in there as well. So again, nice gear for out cruising around. You're not going to over rev anything, just having a good time out there. The car's going to run very well for you. So with that said, we've been all around the outside, inside the car as well, and now underneath the hood. Next thing we're going to do is get it on our lift, as we always do, show you the complete underside, and then finally we'll fire up this 340, let you hear what it sounds like. So we're underneath our 1967 Dodge Dart here, and as we do with all of our vehicles, we're going to go through the underside with you folks. We're going to go through complete from front to back on this car, going over all of the steering, suspension, drive line, frame, and floors, and so forth that we can with you. So starting up front here on our 67, we're going to start with our K-member up front. K-member's in good condition here, nice and straight. It is your typical, Dodge type front suspension. You've got your strut rods going from your lower control arms to the front. You also have your torsion bar suspension here as well. Now, as far as your upper and lower control arms on this car, again, these are stock stamped steel components, factory stuff here. All the ball joints and such are in good shape. Your tie rods here also, all those little rubber dust boot covers, those are all intact on this vehicle, so it's going to keep that grease in, keep dirt and debris out. This is a manual steering car. It is also a manual four-wheel drum brake car, but again, the brakes on this car work very well. As far as wheels on this car, we're going to go with 14.6s up front, 14.7s on the back. They do have radial GT tires on them, 205/70 14s on the front, 225/70 14s on the back, and the tread is in good condition on these tires. As far as our drive line, since we're up front, we'll start off with the engine. Obviously, we've got a 340 Mopar engine here. We've got behind that the Torqueflite 727 automatic transmission. We do have the flywheel cover on there, so that's going to help protect it from any dirt and debris getting in there and possibly chipping a tooth on that flywheel. Far as your transmission pan and the oil pan on the motor, everything looks nice and dry, drip free. As we come back to the transmission, our transmission cross member, that's in good condition. The tail shaft and then the seal here for your output, that's in good shape. I don't see any leaks or drips there on that either. As far as our drive shaft, this is a balanced drive shaft. So that's going to help eliminate a lot of your vibration that you might feel in the drive line. And then your rear end, it is a POSI unit, 323 gear. Now for the rear suspension on this vehicle, you can see it's got the multi-leaf rear suspension, just a typical set of gas charged shocks back here as well. We've already talked about the brakes and so forth. Now this does have all of the emergency brake stuff is all hooked up on it. So your front, intermediate, and your rear cables, that's all present here and hooked up. As far as your fuel tank looks to be in really good shape here. There's no dents or dings in it. All of your mounting hardware, your straps and such, those are all in good condition as well. Trunk floor that we can see from underneath here, that all looks well. Of course, you've got the spare tire provision underneath here too that you can see. The frame on the back section of the car, nice and straight as well. As we come forward again now, we're going to look at the floor. Floor looks to be pretty good. Now it does look as though it's had a patch or two put in it. So it looks like maybe a front floor on the driver's side, maybe a rear floor back here on the passenger side. But you can see it's all the correct metal. You can see all the stamping lines here on both that front pan and the rear pan, and it's all been cut out nicely, all been laid in place, seam sealed, all that stuff. It's been done correctly with the correct metal. Now you can see that this it has been undercoated. This has probably been something like from the factory or from years ago that was done on it. All your drain plugs and so forth are present in the floor, so all of that's in good condition. Pinch welds up along the sides here, your rockers here, those are all good too, nice and straight all the way down the sides. As far as the exhaust system, you can see long tube headers, dual exhaust all the way back to a set of probably what's just like a set of regular like turbo style mufflers here, the correct tailpipes, and then of course you've got them exiting out behind or right underneath that rear bumper, nice set of oval slash cut exhaust tips back there in chrome. So that all looks very nice on the car. So that's pretty much it for underneath the front end, or underneath the whole entire Dart that we have here. So we're going to go ahead and drop our 67 now off the lift. We'll go underneath the hood, we'll fire that 340 motor up for you, and that way you get to hear exactly what it sounds like.